Well, it's now early autumn, being the 9th of March, and there's some birds causing a ruckus somewhere. Rosellas, I'd say. Some Rosella politics happening. But back to the garden. And I have now got my silver birches in to this bed. I was going to get 3, but my husband said let's get 4. And I put the dimensions of this bed into ChatGPT and it favoured 4, so why not? I know that many garden experts say to plant in odd numbers, but 4 sounds pretty good to me. So finally, after dreaming about it for over a year, I have got silver birches, and they really are. There's just something about them. So these ones are about my height, and hopefully they will continue to grow. So it is, as I said, early autumn here in central Victoria. And I'll be working on this bed, getting it all done, mulched and compost added. Got another load of compost. It's a beautiful day. The sun is now rising at 7:16 and it is setting at 7:53, so we're getting closer to the equinox. This bed will also have to be completed soon. I have run out of wood chips officially, so I'll just be using whatever I can get my hands on, really. I've got a lot of comfrey leaves, so that would make a good mulch, I think. The cosmos are beginning to flower. It's just after 9 a.m, so the light is looking quite nice. And this gimbal has got a low battery, so it may not last. There's the silver birches. And now, of course, I'm looking forward to their autumn colour. So pleased I planted canna here, but I'd like to fit in a rose in this garden somewhere. Maybe here. I did transplant a rose there, but I think I killed it before I transplanted it, so no success. Just behind this volunteer snapdragon. Which is quite pretty. The black and bloom salvia is doing well. So today is going to be a top of 27. Oops. So my gimbal just died. The battery went flat. So I'll be able to compare this footage, I suppose. Just me holding the camera. With the gimbal footage. So today is a maximum of 27 degrees and a minimum of 13, and it was supposed to be a very still day, but we still do have a little bit of breeziness, which I think is dying down as the day goes on. So this area needs a big whippersnip here, but I have completed this top bed. I just really love how the Gora and the black and bloom salvia dances in the wind. And this little magnolia, evergreen, is flowering again, so I think it's really happy. And the growth it's put on is looking really healthy. And here we are. I have noted all these weeds, grass popping up, new grass, after we got a deluge of rain, over 30 mil again. And I have applied some weed killer to that, but it will take a few days to die. So here is what we call a new blank canvas. I got this all completed yesterday. This log is a really nice seat to sit on, and when I sit on it I can see that favourite view of mine. which is that view there. I love how I can see my front garden, especially those cleome and the hills. So I have 2 new beds. I'm thinking I might put a rose here, and this will be mostly succulent, but I might put a buddleia and some gora in this bed, and I might put something here like a stepping stone to put your feet when you sit on the log. Yeah, so it just has transformed this area, and we put this granite rock here as a feature. Yeah, so I'm thinking about maybe a purple buddleia here and some gora here, surrounded by succulents. And I just have to finish it off with finding some more rocks, probably 5 rocks or so, and this area will be complete. It will be nice to get some plants in. I'm beginning to think it is actually a lot easier and smoother to film with the gimbal. So I might pause here and I will resume when the gimbal has recharged. Helga. It's about 11:30 now and the gimbal has charged. So that was good. I've worked out I do prefer filming with it. And I think I've worked out the microphone too, so hopefully I'm getting better with this technology. I've got a bit of cloud cover. I've pruned a few more things since last video, and I've also planted a new plant. This is a lemon scented cypress, which my husband actually chose at the nursery. And I was toying with putting a golden smoke bush here to contrast this one. But I thought this cypress, which will get to about 4 meters, would provide a nice contrast in texture as well. So I did have a Boronia there that died, a pink flowered one. But my other Boronias, this one included, they're doing really well. So come spring I should get beautifully scented flowers from that. My desert hollyhock hasn't got flowers at the moment, but it's continuing to do well. I am wondering whether I need to move it here or just crowd it out with more plants. The other option is to put another garden seat there. I'm pretty keen to get more seating in the garden now. And I do like the look of that granite feature stone up there. I like framing that water feature with this arbor. This geranium is looking a lot better since I got rid of the caterpillars that were eating the flowers and the flower buds. Just appreciate the box hedge. And some mizu growing here with its very cute pink flower. The idea is that it will spread, and I've got another one here, but it is slower growing than what I thought. I feel like it was a bit affected by the summer heat. And I think I might grow some mizu up in those succulent gardens too. I'll just transplant a whole bunch of succulents I've already got growing, and that will make it very affordable. We think we might have to trim this pear quite a lot. It's got very tall. I'm driving the gimbal much better now. This rose is flowering. But I hope it gets a bit bigger as it establishes. The ornamental grape just continues to really thrive in that spot, and everything here is doing quite well. I've got nasturtium coming back, grape hyacinth popping up. The lemon is just so much better now that hops is gone. And the angelonia look really good, and so do the petunias. I want this time to creep out and just occupy that corner. I'm really pleased with these pots. The buddleia perfume is quite evident now. Viburnum doing well. Snowball. Camellia. This rose looks really good. I trimmed back this Magical Evolution hydrangea. Got rid of all the dead flower heads. I don't think it'll flower again before winter. And I tried to trim off a bit of the dead leaves of that tuja or thuja, however you say it. I planted another pencil pine cypress, and amazingly I managed to get about the same size as the other two. So it looks like I haven't missed a beat. And the moonflower does have buds on it, so hopefully I will see a flower before the first frost. That would be awesome. I still haven't done another weed and feed of my lawn. I'm hoping to get that done today. The maple has got some leaves starting to turn. There's some new growth on the Sunday Phrase hydrangea there, and the Hercules hydrangea, and the clematis that I planted not that long ago is really liking that spot. I've got lots of grape hyacinth, which I meant to try and divide. I might still try and do it because I have transplanted it at this point before and it's been fine. White buddleia looks nice. I've been trying to be disciplined with deadheading. Same with the Cafe au lait Daphne. Not Daphne, Dahlia. This echinopsis is a white one, and I had bought a blue one, which is down here, but it's turned out to be a white one. So not for the first time. That's it there, it's white. Not for the first time I've bought a plant and it's turned out to be something different than what the label says. And I'm not sure I like the echinopsis here, so I might transplant it next season. The gomphrena here is looking really good. I hope it continues to get a darker pink though. I've staked these Lysianthus. They are pretty. But if I do grow them again, I think I'll grow them in a different bed where they get more sun. This Sunday Phrase hydrangea is getting its pink tones, and it has no brown bracts, so I think it might like the afternoon deep shade it gets. And these two are continuing to recover after their transplant. I've put the mode, the gimbal on a different mode, so we'll experiment with this one, see if it's any different. So here's my tricky bed under the she oaks. I've been trying to do some deadheading too of the pink Sunday salvias and the achillea. The anemone up here is looking really good. For the first time, it's never looked this good, and I think it must be due to the irrigation that I have in here. Looks really healthy. So does the Gora. So I think I finally do have plants in here that like this dry, nutrient weak kind of soil. And I think I would like to get some, maybe just 2 or 3 pomegranates in here. And as I keep saying, I want to overplant it. This feverfew, it has survived. This is an escallonia, which I hope will get bigger, and this Shasta daisy is taking forever. The achillea really does well here. And this Black and Bloom salvia is doing better since the irrigation. I do find I have to water this bed every day when it's warm. This is a cutting of a wormwood. The salvias here are getting ready to bloom, and hopefully my geums will bloom now that we're in autumn again. This chrysanthemum will be blooming soon. Sunday Fraise hydrangea. The pink is getting a deeper colour. This is a helianthus, angustifolius, and it is finally going to flower. And that helianthus Loddon Gold is still flowering, and I recently deadheaded it. And the anemone here is doing really well, so that's really pleasing. I've had troubles with it in the past. The bud's not blooming, but these look really healthy. I'm going to plant another smoke bush, a golden one, just on the other side to get that contrasting colour. The Leonurus looks very striking at the moment. And this is what will become my dahlia bed. And as I keep saying, I'll transplant these rogue pomegranate out, as well as the echinacea. Get rid of all the rogue hollyhocks. I'm hoping this Sunday Phrase hydrangea establishes and is a bit stronger next season. And I have got some dahlias in, but I think I need to get some more. And the pestamon is doing well. That's Evelyn, and they should get a bit bigger. So more pestamon maybe, and definitely more dahlias are needed in this bed. I've got one dahlia there, which did get a little bit heat affected. One here. This one's doing well. They're supposed to get at least a metre high. I don't know if they will by the end of this season. And another one there. I put the dark ones to the back of the bed. As usual, my path needs to be weeded. Bishop of Landreth dahlia there. Maybe I could put it over in my dahlia bed too. Divide it again. This is doing well. I've forgotten what it's called. Lemon and lime something or other. And there's the blood and gold helianthus. And straw flowers just continue, don't they, all summer long. But I'm not going to put them here next year. I'm going to put them over in that section, which will be a meadow. Cosmos starting to bloom. Just love those cleome. And the zinnias are doing quite well too. And in amongst it all is my crepe myrtle. Just zoom out. which will one day change the climate of this bed, as it will cast shade, but that's okay. That's what I've planned for. So that is early autumn. (2026). One more thing, aren't these delightful? I've forgotten what they're called, but they're a succulent. And I'm definitely going to plant them in my succulent bed.